Buddy, I don't know.
Hello, hello.
Welcome in. It is the build stream. We're your hosts, Kelsey and Juan. And today we're going to be building some PCs. Oh yeah. We're starting off today with V's build. Check out V's build.
You're going to say these build.
No.
How's it going? How's it going, everybody?
How is everybody on this fine Wednesday? Oh yeah. Glad to be here. Welcome in, Tamer Waves. Game Breaker, how are you? Oh, I don't know about you, but maybe it's because we've been having all this rain recently. I expect it to be raining, but I know it's not going to rain all week.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with the rain.
Yeah.
I took off work to be here. Oh, nice. Well, welcome in.
Hell yeah. Whoa.
Sure is nice not being at work. Oh,
Yeah.
Enjoy that. Hope you guys are doing well. We are. Thank you very much. I'm good. How are you? We are good.
Pretty good. Appreciate the enthusiasm.
Starting off with a really nice motherboard. So let me get you a preview. So we are doing V's build currently. We're gonna go on then to SkyGirlBinks' PC, and then 58 Media's PC. And that's the lineup. 58 Media. Might be able to push you up if the other person is not here by the time we finish this one. It would be cool to live react when mine is built. Yeah, go for it. Gotta go, I'm in school. Oh dang, like right currently now. Well, thanks for popping in. Kelsey, a few weeks ago I talked about a new PC and you mentioned it might be better to wait for a couple of weeks. Was what I'm waiting for worth it? Well, it was the 9070 XT. So, you tell me whether or not that was worth waiting. I think that is a really good GPU option. At least in the kind of, in the, like, parts that you were waiting for, I think it was something worth considering. Which I think we got a lot of those, right? 9070 XT?
Oh yeah, we should
Yeah,
have.
we can sell them. That's a good thing. Basically, Radeon did an excellent job this round, and I think they're going to be very competitive with NVIDIA in a lot of ways, but especially on price. Oof.
Can't wait to see the rest of the lineup.
I know, I'm excited. Good afternoon, Thrasher. How are you? I worked across space and time and came across a little planet called Earth. I came across a tech transmission of incredible knowledge wealth hosted by two of the best looking hosts I've ever seen. Thank you.
Thank you.
It'd be kind of funny if somebody came to Earth, though, for the first time and they ended up just watching our stream. Like, we're not really, like, Earth's best, I don't think.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
You could be at, like, a lecture on, like, you know, geology by one of the greatest minds. Or you could be here on this stream. But, yeah. 50 series is overpriced and overrated as is. I mean, that's definitely an opinion. And kind of a popular one, yeah. I'm truly loving my new Skytech computer I got. Awesome, love that.
Nice.
Happy Happy you were enjoying it. Bad service here, can't hear anything, darn. Oh, I'm sorry, Tamer Waves. What's up, Cactus King? When will the GPU shortage end? I mean, your guess is as good as any's. Obviously, NVIDIA's not going to be making as many GPUs as they did in the past, so there's fewer of them in the market, and then there's demand, people freaking out that they're not going to be able to get it, enter the scalpers, it's a whole thing. But I think Radeon and Intel are going to be kind of popping in and filling the gap. So I think in the future there will be plenty of GPUs as long as you're willing to look outside of NVIDIA. But yeah, even right now I think the 970 XT is so hyped that even that can be hard to find. If you're just looking for the GPU. A big heat sink, like long.
I know, right?
I would have a hard time lining that up. Wait, NVIDIA's not going to be making more GPUs? I bet they probably don't even care. It's game GPUs only 7% of their profit. I mean, essentially, I do think they're making more GPUs, but they don't have plans to make as many as they did of the previous generation. Let me say? Because they're going to be doing their professional line of GPUs instead. Because that nets a lot more profit. So, it's just something to consider. Gamers just aren't the priority these days, dang. What up, guys? How's it going, Robert? How you doing?
Yeah.
How difficult is it for y'all to get GPUs for your pre-builds? It varies. For the 50 series, especially the 5090s, it's been kind of tough. But we get them in. We get them in when we can get them in. But yeah, it's not necessarily a walk in the park for SIs either. We haven't built in this case for a hot minute on stream.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I really like this.
Pretty nice.
Although I've always thought it was interesting when they decided to do glass on both sides.
Yeah,
Like,
back.
okay. Man, I'm testing this case right now.
Yeah,
Juan.
next time you have a question, we'll get the schedule.
Yeah, it's on the front.
You were what?
I'm testing this new case, and there is like no room in the back panel. It's
Lovely.
tiny. It's like a Maddox case. But like even like daisy chaining like RGB together, if those two are back there, it won't close.
What the?
I know, right?
Like-
Insane.
The wide way?
Like no, like even if you lay them flat.
What? That's
I'll have to show you after this.
Jeez.
It's very interesting. I mean, you basically just have to put all your cable management under the power supply and like off to the side, but there's not a lot of routing. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Schedule ones are on the front.
What's up?
The schedule ones are on the front.
Yeah.
I'm about to fit a thermal frame to my i9 tomorrow and wonder if you have used them and found any major temp improvements. Keep up the entertaining streams. Yeah, so with, I was like, with LGA 1700, 13th generation and 14th generation, they do improve thermal performance. They basically just make it, what's the word? They basically just smooth it out so that it's getting proper contact with the CPU cooler. Instead of, because it's a rectangle, it puts the pressure on the sides. It warps it just slightly, so it basically just gives it a more even heating surface, which allows more heat to get conducted off of it and cooled. So there is a noticeable change with that. It's only a couple of degrees, like in the grand scheme of things, but when you've got an i9, anything helps. Also, I'll say this, we use those thermal frames for every single LGA 1700, i9, and i7 that we sold in the pre-builts, and we didn't really run into that issue with the 13900Ks and 14900Ks melting themselves as much. I don't really know how many calls we got for that, but when I asked our RMA department, they told us that we actually had a higher return of bad AMD CPUs than we did of those i9s. So I'm not. If other people and other SIs were having that issue, we really didn't see it as one. And the only thing I can think is that we were the ones who were using those frames. So I don't know if that was like the reason why we didn't really see that issue, but it's the only thing I could really come up with as to what differentiates us from people who were and other SIs who were experiencing that. Hello, I went back to Valhalla. Oh. I think Valhalla got better with updates versus when I first bought it for PC and on my 2070 Super. I'm on Intel i7 14700F, but as soon as they started releasing microcode updates, I updated my BIOS. Oh, I should go back and play Valhalla. I thought it looked interesting, but I just didn't pick it up. I didn't have time. But I enjoyed Odyssey, so I probably will. I'd like to catch up on all the Assassin's Creeds. I'm looking at your pre-built. Newbies to PCs are the motherboards and GPUs. Any specific brand? I see a lot of B650, but wasn't sure what brand they were. Same with GPU, just a serial number. Do the brands matter that much? Okay, so basically we list it like that because we're like a company by volume. We're using what B650 boards we have in at the time. So sometimes we can get like a big order from Gigabyte in. And so we're using mostly Gigabyte boards, or we got a big order of MSI boards in, because that's what was available to us, so we're using mostly MSI boards. So we leave it ambiguous like that because the brand does, what's the word? The brand does vary and you don't know when you buy it at the time. Same thing with GPU. You're buying that GPU model, but not the brand that makes it. Now, there isn't really much of a difference between them. I would say with GPUs, the only difference is fan configurations. If you get like a 2-fan version or a 3-fan version, you might just see a tiny difference in benching just because of cooling capabilities. But it's not really anything that you're going to be aware of or even really perceive. We're talking a difference of like 2 frames potentially. And motherboards is kind of the same. I would say motherboards are a little bit more variable, but I can tell you that I don't pass any motherboards that greatly throttle or hinder your performance. Especially on the low end, I have a big problem with that. I don't let boards go through that affect performance. I keep a baseline data that it needs to stay in a certain range of for me to approve it. So if that's in any way reassuring, just know that I don't let bad boards through. I'm getting about 4.2 gigahertz out of my CPU. No, out of 14700F? Okay, yeah, that's not bad. You can definitely go higher, but that's probably with those Intel defaults on, where it's trying to keep it in line, make sure that it doesn't get too hot. What do we need to stream OBS and PS5? Maybe stream later on. So if you want to stream through OBS what you're playing on your PS5, what you would need is a capture card on your PC. Is that correct, Handy? I don't want to be giving wrong advice.
What?
So if you're running your PS5 through your PC, like in streaming, correct?
Yeah.
And you're using OBS, capture cards, what you would run it through, right?
You'd have to get the PS5 footage into the PC. You can only get a capture card, yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Correct. It's much easier to stream when you're just playing something off your PC. But if you have a PC, then you just kind of want to be running the stream off of that and running OBS. Or if you want to just be playing your PS5, running it into OBS and just recording, a capture card is what you would use. You obviously don't need a capture card if you're playing off of the PC itself. All cores, I believe. Most components of my PC are MSI. The radiator's a Corsair product, as are my fans, I believe. Nice, okay, Corsair does good stuff. Thanks for the clarification and help. Hopefully we'll purchase one soon. Yeah, no worries. You can use remote play, but remote play, I feel, deters the quality of just having a capture device. It absolutely does. But again, depending on what you're streaming or, you know, how dependent it is on the quality. Like, if it's a game that people aren't going to care whether or not it's got, you know, good frames or looks good, then that probably works for you. i3, i5, or i7. Going to rent Skytech from Rent a Center. Depends on what you need it for. I would say majority of things you can actually get away with an i5. Especially if it's like it's got a 13600K or a 14600K in there, or like something like that. Fantastic chip. You won't need anything more than that for gaming, like, in all honesty. The 400s are also good. It's like a solid 6-core, but you know, consider. Otherwise, you can go for i7. But I mean, really, it's all just about your budget. Well, personal preference, I think quality deters if you use remote play to play a story game. Whereas with a capture device, you're capturing exactly what's displayed in your PS5. True. I've grown to only like fish tank cases. I mean, at the current point in the market, that's a great place to be, because I feel like everything new that's coming out is a fish tank. What shows and series are you guys currently watching? Ooh. Oh, I don't know if I currently watch anything. Like, anything new. Oh, that's a lie. I've been watching, where I'm excited for the next season of Interview with a Vampire. My fiance's a big Anne Rice fan, so I get to watch it and then be like, oh, this is different from the book. Oh, the whole show. Well, you see, in the book. Oh, that's a reference to in the book. But I actually haven't been enjoying it. That's probably the only, like, new thing that's coming out that I'm really following. Other than the very long wait that there was for Arcane. Otherwise, I'm watching very obscure movies from the 90s.
I'm catching up on Severance right now, so please no spoilers.
Everybody's watching that.
There's a reason. It's good as hell.
I don't know, I tried to watch it. I think I watched like the first 6 some odd episodes of it, and I just was like, I don't know. Maybe it just reminded me too much of being in an office, and I was like, man, this is my not in an office time.
And then besides that, I'm running through Invincible. Well, I already finished it. I'm caught up on that. Pretty good animation. Well, pretty good animated show. I think the fans have a lot to say about the animation itself. But that's a fun show.
I'd like to watch that, but I want to read the comics first. Although I fall into that trap with a lot of things. If people are like, oh, you gotta watch The Boys. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch The Boys until I read the comics. Like,
so you're never gonna watch The Boys?
I mean, I read the comics, but then I could already tell from the first, like, volume of comics, I was just like, I think I read the first 14 issues, I was just like, this is...
Bad?
No, I was like, this is not gonna be the show.
It's not. The show's a lot better.
Well, everything is more messed up in comics. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's a different medium, so they can do things. But, like, you just know. It's like, this is going to be so watered down.
Better.
It's my problem with The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Great comic. Super dark. And I'm sure people who have never read the comic or know anything about the comic thought the show was super dark. No, dude. That's like drinking frickin' high C instead of, like, a fine aged sherry. I was just like, no, man, this is kiddie stuff compared to what the comic was.
Bring back the talking cat.
Yeah, and the thing that's funny, in the comic he talks.
Oh.
I don't know why they went with, like, no talking Salem in the show.
SMA.
Because then it's like, well, then where the hell is Salem? It doesn't matter. What's he gonna do? He's gonna meow?
The best part of the first show.
Anyways, that's my soapbox. I'll be getting off it now.
Did you watch the animated show from like the 2000s.
Oh yeah, the one that
It was
like yeah, I used to watch that like before school. You know they almost did a Buffy the Vampire Slayer show like that.
Really?
Basically the same thing. Animated, original cast, like returning to do voices even. And yeah, there's a pilot episode for it, but nothing else. And you know, I can kind of see why, because I feel like Alison Hannigan is not a good voice actress. Good actress, but it just doesn't translate. And I would say the same thing about Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I think she's in the new He-Man show, and or Masters of the Universe show, and I think she does a pretty good job. I've grown to like putting my PC inside milk crates. Huh. Next month I'm going to buy a new PC. Here's my specs. AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D, RTX 4080, motherboard ASUS ROG, STRIX X670 EF gaming Wi-Fi. Very nice. Is this future-proof? I would say that's about as future-proof as you can get with a PC. No PC is truly future-proof. The bleeding edge is going to bleed, and Moore's Law is going to continue. Every 2 years we're going to double the transistors and half the price. That's just technology for you. But that'll definitely last you for a good few years where you're not going to be struggling. But me personally would go for 5070 Ti, cheaper and 2% less performance than DLSS4. That's a pretty good. That's a consider. I've used 3 fish tank types of double chamber cases. I love them as well, but then I went back to regular Maddox mesh cases, especially a fan of Lee and Lee and Montech. Oh yeah, no, I love a good mesh, like truly. Especially just because airflow works in that. Like, there's a reason that they dominated the market for so long. It just works. I've watched Invincible at its peak. The Boys is pretty good too, but I enjoy Invincible more. Yo, bro, last stream when I said I was coming back, I fell asleep. I figured. I know it's late where you guys are at. Yeah. Bought a lottery ticket from the dark web. If I win, I'll buy a PC. Fair, yeah. Okay, hold on. Jumping back over to Twitch. I got a Temu capture card. Oof.
Let us know how that works out for you.
Yo, Skytech crew, what up? What's up, Shy Flosion? How you doing?
Welcome in.
Silicon1, welcome!
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Dell Optiplex 3010 i3, I think. Temu capture card, no BS, won't play my thing. Yeah, I'm thinking the Temu might have something to do with that. Oof. I didn't get an email, so I must have been a loser of the free PC. You are correct, unfortunately. I'll take my walk of shame. There's always another one. I feel that in a different way. I'm bringing random achievement hunter vids. Yeah. I didn't realize how jacked comic Punisher was until Marvel Rivals came out. Yes. Yep. Troublesome. It was a good start. Then one day it gave up on me, and I've had the silent treatment. I must have hated my streams. Maybe. I don't know. I've had something once where I tried to buy an Arduino off of Amazon, and of course, because it's Amazon, they'll like host a bunch of. I didn't actually buy an Arduino from Arduino. I bought some like knockoff one, and it did not work for the entire project
Arduino
I was working
style.
on. No, but like literally it was like Arduino, and I was like, okay, cool. Oh, this was actually just a totally fake one. Cool. Love that.
Weird.
I mean, it was my fault for not just like, for being like, oh, why is this one like $5 cheaper? Oy. Try to look for an AverMedia Live Gamer HD if you want an internal capture card for cheap. I found them as low as $50 before. Nice. Is that chat popping up? Yeah, YouTube actually, but yeah. Just waiting for crypto to take off.
Keep waiting, pal.
What rig do you both have? Okay, so at home I've got why am I having to think about this? 3800X, and a 6750 XT, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and a fractal Meshify. And it just works. I haven't really found a need to upgrade yet. Yeah. It ain't broke, so I ain't gonna fix it.
I have a 57X 3D and a 3080 with 16 gigs of RAM as well, in a Amazon open air case.
Yeah.
Full loop.
Yeah, we're both waiting on those upgrades.
Yeah, well, waiting's a little strong. I am watching,
Yeah.
keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where it goes.
What do y'all think of Temu? I don't know. I actually never gone.
Eh.
I'm the kind of person though who's gonna drive to the store to buy anything because I'm impatient.
I'm sure there's a lot of fine products on there. You just gotta do your due diligence.
Can't wait for the moments where we have outdoor GPU unit because of how big they're getting. Oh my god. I don't even want to think about that. Imagine like shipping those PCs. Like how? By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but the links in your channel bio don't work. I did not know that. I will let someone else know. Temu's a child labor company, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Producer. Yo,
Producer.
producer. Can you let Fabian know that the links don't work?
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
In our channel YouTube bio? YouTube channel bio?
I tried Rise of Ronin in 4K on a 4060 and I could barely press a button. Yeah, sounds about right. There's a reason 1080p exists. For moments like that. The Ryzen 5 5600X just arrived from AliExpress. I'll test it soon once all my parts get here. Nice! Honestly, 5600X, still a great, still a great CPU though. Dude, super happy with the live gamer duo. I have the thing's a beast, yeah? Dude, I just want to get a Gigabyte 9070 XT. After that, I can go for a 5900X and be chilling for a while. True. Yeah, honestly, if I was to upgrade right now, I'd probably be going 9070 XT. But I got other things I want to buy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Currently rocking a 5700X and 3060 Ti, and I'm just like utterly on the struggle bus. Yeah, 3060 Ti is starting to get a little long in the tooth. What?
YouTube channel?
On YouTube?
Like where?
Let's do that now. Maybe just in our profile. But I don't know. We'll look at it afterwards.
The only link I see goes direct back to the YouTube channel, so.
Oh.
What the heck? Maybe they're on YouTube talking about the Twitch one? I know the Twitch one has like hella...
Maybe. $5600X still goated CPU, and to be honest, you could probably easily get away with the 3700X too. Oh, totally. That's still a solid 8-core. Working my Skytech with a 3060 right now. Hey, very nice. It's about time for that upgrade then, yeah. But yeah, for streaming, coding, and gaming, 3060 Ti is just not doing it anymore. I felt that. My Ryzen 5 5600X just arrived from Ali. Oh, sorry, I already read that one. Pip. I'm about to do a flip with an i5 8500 and RTX 2060 Super. Pay $200 for all, and thinking of getting like $500. Nice. Heck yeah. Is a 16-core CPU for gaming worth it? For gaming, no, not really. I mean, it depends. But no, usually. If you want to game and do other things, video editing, photo editing, rendering of any kind of productivity work, the more cores the better. But at a certain point, clock speeds are more important than cores. And the extra cores, some of them just aren't going to be doing really much because a game isn't throwing that much at them. Is the Ryzen 5 5600X paired with an RX 5700 XT a low mid-range rig? Yeah, I would say so. I still think that I was like 5700 XT. That one's getting a little long in the tooth there, but the 5600X is still definitely good. And you're still gonna be able to play a ton of stuff with that 5700 XT. Don't get me wrong.
low end, isn't
What?
it? It's
No,
hard.
'cause
It's hard
there's-
to when your rig starts to be considered on the lower end of the scale. It hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything's relative too, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Because, like, what I would consider, like, a low end, like a truly low end, the bottom of the end system is one of those, like, STG Abrams that comes with, like, a 4770K and a, I don't know, 1080 Ti.
that's just that's irresponsible. I don't know if low end truly describes.
It's not low end, it's irresponsible. I mean, only if you were buying it today.
Yeah.
And with beefier GPU and AMD's encoders finally caught up to NVIDIA, so I can easily justify the swap to Radeon 9000. Even though I'm using VTube Studios RTX face tracking, and will probably lose that after the swap. Fair. But yeah, no, I was like, Radeon's are doing a lot of good stuff, which is exciting. Obviously, my partner in the R&D department does a lot of 3D modeling and rendering, and he's a big AMD fanboy. So he's always trying to see what he can get away with on the Radeon cards, and right now he's saying it's fantastic. In my last couple of streams, I've been getting stutters and graphical bugs. I'm assuming my CPU or GPU are just outdated. Possibly, yeah. Depends on what you play and what settings too. I recently bumped up to playing at around 1440p 90 minimum, so I'm absolutely struggling with OPS and VTuber Studio going in the PG. Even with the settings, my game too low. Man, you kill me with these Typhlosion emojis. They're so cute. Every time, I'm just like, oh. Surge 36 Ti, 8 gigabytes, just can't muscle it. Yeah. iRacing at 1080p, 100-ish FPS on a 21.9 monitor, but also I'm streaming 1080p, 30 FPS. Hello, I purchased 2 pre-built PCs from Amazon, built by Skytech. The first had bad RAM and I returned and bought a higher spec PC, and it came to me with wrong CPU SSD. Point is, did y'all build my PCs? Well, since you bought them from Amazon, I would first check and make sure that they were bought like directly from Skytech through Amazon and not through another seller. But also, if there is anything wrong with your PC, and even if you bought it through Amazon, call our customer service and we can fix all of that. But yeah, the only thing I worry about is that sometimes on Amazon you'll see some of our stuff resold by other people, and that's when stuff gets sketchy. Or, you know how Amazon likes to do, well, they'll take a return, and they don't, like, look at it or test it or do anything, and then they just resell it sometimes. Which is always annoying. But that, usually there's, like, signs. I want a Gigabyte or ASUS 9070 XT to complete my CoolerMaster and Gigabyte ASUS setup. Nice, yeah, I think that's cool. The ASUS one looks really nice, too. Thanks, Kelsey. The emote artist is fire AF, for real. Very nice. Glad to rep y'all, to be honest, these subs are clean. Thank you. Kelsey, enjoying my PC still, beast with PC. Oh, I'm so glad! Heck yeah, what are you playing these days? Or like, are you still playing, what was it? Oh my gosh, I already blanked on the name. It's the something. Well, I just blanked, but... Still playing that, or on to anything new? Is a 9070 XT and an AMD Ryzen 7 7900X a good combo? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's fantastic together. Alright, jump into YouTubes. I do an Intel Core Ultra 7 265K processor and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 Ti 16GB Zotac solid OC. Oh, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah. I haven't been doing too much with the Core Ultras other than I've been doing some temperature data stuff on them. But yeah, the 265K is I think the pick of the litter in the new Intels. is a 5700G 4060 64 gigabytes RAM, a solid 1080p rig, and how long do I wait to upgrade it? I mean, yeah, for 1080p I think that's fine. You have a ton of RAM for those other components, I will say that. I was like, it's a little interesting, but yeah, for 1080p I think that's totally fine. I don't know, I say upgrade it when whatever you're playing is starting to struggle graphically. And then I would kind of look at what's in your budget and see what makes more sense to upgrade. You'd probably get more of a boost going for a higher GPU than going for a higher CPU at this point. Because yeah, your CPU can bottleneck your GPU, but if you wanted to go to a higher resolution or something like that, it's not going to really matter. Is the Ultra 7 series a good CPU? Yeah, I think so. Of the new Intels, I think that's a really solid one. I have a lot of RAM because I run 4 monitors and watch TV while gaming. Oh, dang, yeah. It's pretty solid. If you're looking for more gaming performance, you want to swap to a 7900X out of a 7900X 3D. True. But if the 7800X 3D is too expensive or something like that, and the 7900X works more in your budget, it could be a smarter choice. Again, only if it's cheaper, I would say. Because you're going to sacrifice a few frames, but you might save a couple bucks. I don't know, though. I don't really keep up with the retail prices of things because, you know, I'm not really shopping. I'm gonna say after 4 years, I'm only now having problems with my Shadow 3 and not like hardware problems. I really just want more. I feel that. But that's really good, especially because computers can sometimes just be like, guess I'm gonna have a little fit. And you're like, what? Even just Windows sometimes will push an update and it'll just be like, hey, guess what? Nothing works anymore. And then you have to roll back the update. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it's good to hear. God of War Ragnarok, Red Dead Redemption 2, my 2 that I've been playing. Oh, nice, very good. Man, I've been getting back into Red Dead Redemption 2. I was playing a lot of Red Dead Online, mostly just because I've played Red Dead Redemption twice now, story playthroughs, and then spent several hours in the end game. And I was like, well, this might count, like, might as well count towards something. But, gosh, I love that game. And I'll tell you what, going out to the national parks just made me want to play the game more. Because I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like Amberino out here. This is the real Amberino. .7800X 3D chips tend to be hotter. True. Well, the 7900X, ironically, is hotter. Just because those original X chips that came out, that first batch of them, just run hot for some reason. Customer service was very good. I spoke with the supervisor, Chris, and he made the issues worth it. Oh yeah, Chris is fantastic. Yeah, we got some really good people in customer service, and yeah, they just want to help you out. Not too much. You're good either under 360mm AIO. You look cool enough, but to not be uncomfortable. Plus the extra frame rate and responses to your system will be worth it. I might end up selling my old man's car to get my PC and put the rest to a car fund. Oh. That could work, yeah. I think I've even heard that the 7000X3D and 9000X3D are both fine under a 240mm AIO. That caught me off guard. Yeah, surprisingly they do. Obviously you gotta be in a good airflow case, but you can definitely get away with it. Anyone here considering getting a Skytech today, mayhaps, would be down to help you find one. Yeah, hit up Shyflosion. I'm gonna be on my PC here in a sec to redo the Discord server anyway, so I'll be around. Nice. My fiance has completely taken over my Xbox for Red Dead 2 online. It's fun. I don't know, it's something about, like, the map is so enticing. Being in the Old West, horses, hunting is the main thing that takes all my time in that game. Endlessly fun. I think it speaks to the person in a lot of us who just wants to be like out in nature, but like, you know, you gotta go to work and like you could die in nature, so like video game safe. Video game convenient. Video game $60. Video game $60. Yeah. Speaking of cases, I am trying to choose between Lian or Fractal. Ooh! I don't want to, like, you know, color your decision with my own bias, but I am a big fan of Fractal cases. Easy to build in, space for cable management, airflow, love Fractal. Oh, there's the asterisk for it, but to be honest, I should expect it. That one has a dual tower air cooler is all you need for a 7800 X3D, 9800 X3D. The Thermaltake Growth Assassin Phantom 3, for example, for less than 40. True. Definitely get away with it. That should be an issue though, because I feel like if you're getting one of those chips, you're absolutely not skimping on the case. True, yeah. Although, I don't know, some people who like build their own PCs, they go for like a flashy case that has like glass in front of the fans, and it kills me. Like, oof. There are so many beautiful cases that I pass on, because I'm like, if this thing can't breathe, I don't want it on our line. I have 2 Lian Li cases here. I might have a bias. True, yeah, I was like, everyone's got their biases. I think the other thing that gets me is that Fractal loves to use the little pop-offs instead of, like, screws, which really appeals to me, someone who constantly loses screws. Or if they fall into the floor, I'll never find them again. I had to get Kay to help me find a screw that I had dropped, because I was like, I have looked quite literally everywhere and I cannot find it. I need a new pair of eyes. And you know what? He found it in like 15 seconds. Sometimes you just need a fresh pair of eyes. Either way, it's better than an Alienware case. So true. Oof. The cooler's dope as heck. I bought one and it's got some heft for under 50. Easy recommend. Definitely. Yeah, Thermalright and V-True are usually the ones I consider, like, if you need a cheap fan, very good quality product for cheap. Also, speaking of cases, boy, chat, do I have a story for y'all. Okay, so the PSU was right in front of the CPU. What? That's crazy. Upgraded the fans on the Phantom Spirit to P12 Max just for the fun of it. It wasn't a huge improvement in temps, however, yeah. I've kind of felt like fans on most coolers now, it's like companies have figured it out, and they're all kind of starting to standardize to the same RPMs, same kind of static pressure, so you're seeing a bit less of a difference between fans now, at least from when I first started working in R&D, and there would be much larger discrepancies. And obviously, I mean, there's a difference between using, like, you know, a fan on an AIO and a fan on a tower cooler and a fan that goes in a case. I'm supposed to watch my PC build. Will I get an email when that is happening? Hello, yes, you should get an email before it's being built. Today we are building V's build currently, and then SkyGirlBinks' PC, and then 58 Media's. So that's on the docket for today. We've already got Friday booked. But yeah. Yeah, we turned the live streams back on, and y'all are ready for us. Which is nice. My next rig I build, I want 96 gigabytes of RAM, 8 terabytes, and the ARC B580. Ooh, not a bad option. I love Red Dead Online. I'm level 646 in Red Dead Online. Dang, I am still very low level. I just recently was able to get enough money to get the Bounty Hunter license so that I can get enough money to be a trader, which is what I actually want to do. Or a naturalist. I don't know, I just want to be hunting. So I was looking to replace my CoolerMaster CMP 510 case. I bought a good bit ago, right? Just because I wanted to see what else was an option. Look up the Alienware Aurora R9. Oh, no thank you, I don't need Nightmare. I then remembered that Raytheon was talking about CoolerMaster cases that have dual 200mm fans as intakes, and I thought, hey, I wonder if I could find one for cheap. LMAO. So I go to look it up, right? Find the CoolerMaster H500M ARGB on Amazon. It's only $150, right? I found one for like $80. So I immediately snagged it because yes, was wholeheartedly expecting it to be broken. Nope, the box was utter garbo, but the entire case was 100% fine. Nice! Good find. That's always lucky. Yeah, the static pressure on the P12 Max is massively different, but the RPM is higher too. The cooler just isn't dense enough to need that static pressure. Yeah, that makes sense. PCs are awesome. I feel that, Ghost Pony. Thank you. And then this is the kicker. I was researching its fan mounting as well. Found out that it has 2 more spots up top for 2 more 200mm fans. Nice, okay. Man, we tried to do a custom water loop build with the Fractal Torrent that has those 200mm fans in the front. We tried to hook that up to a radiator and do a whole custom water loop. It was going to be insane. Except we could not find screws that were long enough to get those 200mm fans through to the radiator. I have another question since you guys know more. I have a build on Micro Center and I'm still trying to choose a motherboard right now. I have the X870E Mag Tomahawk Wi-Fi and AM5 ATX motherboard selective. I'm trying to choose between this and the ASUS motherboard. Honestly, I will say this, I'm usually pretty critical of MSI motherboards because they had the wonkiest stuff when it came to Intel, but for the new AM5 stuff, MSI's been doing really good stuff. So, depending on like what your budget is and the difference between those two, price-wise is, and also aesthetically what you like, you really can't go wrong with either, but I've been really enjoying the MSI boards with the AM5 CPUs, and I say that as a pretty biased ASUS fan. ASUS is still my go-to for Intel all day long, but I've been pretty pleased with MSI for AM5. Hardware storage, gotta find the right threading. Yeah, we tried. It was an endeavor. I think we got some in that we thought were gonna work, and it just still wasn't enough. It was very disappointing. So the project basically got shelved indefinitely. Could y'all not, the extra fans I bought for the case cost me more than the case itself. I paid $85 for the two 200mm and a 140mm. Oh my gosh. Ouch. I guess because like they don't probably sell those in like individual, you know, sets. You probably have to get them from a case that has them. Wow. Yeah, well, especially name brand fans at times like Lian Li, Noctua, etc. Yeah. Totally works too, it's such a legit case. Oh, I imagine, yeah. Oh, we got tons of air. Oof. Happy to hear I've spent months on this choice. Understandable, understandable. You must feel like you can go back to AMD 5000 series, 7000 series AMD may have some major improvements. But depending on hardware, you're not going to see much an uplift between the two unless you know what you're looking for. That is true. I mean, like, there's still... If you got, like, a 5000 series AMD, there's plenty of those chips that do not need to be upgraded currently. Like, they're fine. You know, CoolerMaster sells 200mm fans separately. They just cost 30 frickin' bucks per fan. Oi. That's how they get you. They put those extra spaces in there so that you can buy the fans. Oh, wild. Yeah. To be honest, for a 200mm ARGB fan, that's legit not terrible. Yeah. I mean, you'd pay 35 bucks for, like, a Lian Li Unifan. You know what I mean? Easily. Ooh. still rocking a 2080 Super and an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, so basically anything is worth upgrading to. Yeah, I don't know, that 3700X though, I'd say still pretty viable. But yeah. I mean, Kelsey Bro, 200mm ARGB fan, considering others sell 120mm for the same price. I mean, yeah, no, it's very true. Very, very true. I was on 3900X till I got my new rig. Oh. I just got this in July of 2024. Interesting. Oh, this is odd. Just bought a Skytech and now somehow I'm following y'all on here. Interesting, yeah. I was like, I don't think that's how it works, but welcome. Yeah. Is it true that most technicians still recommend 16 gigs of RAM for gaming? Yes and no. I would say if you're still on DDR4 or you've been like running 16 gigs of RAM for the majority of games, you're gonna be totally fine. But I feel like the common knowledge now, or like a lot of the advice these days, is get at least 32 gigabytes. Which if you're going for DDR5 or you're going for a whole new rig, yeah, you might as well. They're about as cheap now as the 16 gigabyte kits that they make. But, I mean, both me and Juan still rock 16 gigs of DDR4 at home, and we're not really feeling the hurt. Welcome back, Soul Sniper. I could stick a 5000 series AMD CPU in that other PC, and if I found a 3000 series GPU, yeah. I moved from AM4 to AM5. Nice! Hopefully people are using affiliate codes if they're getting off of Skytech directly. Yeah, I feel like most people do. Call of Duty murders my i7 9700KF. I don't know if it's the settings I'm using or just a poorly optimized game. Nah, at that point, yeah, I was like, it's partially poorly optimized, and also, yeah, your CPU is probably screaming a little bit. I keep forgetting it, don't worry. I don't know why our auto mod is so sensitive. The only really other thing outdated in that PC is I need to get rid of the hard disk drive for an SSD to put the OS on. Oh yeah, definitely. Dude, if you do that, you'll see a huge improvement. And then you can use the hard disk drive to just dump old files on. If I didn't stream, I would not be upgrading past what I have. Hell, I wouldn't have 64 gigabytes of RAM. I'd have stayed at 32, yeah. I love and hate that the 9070 XT is so popular. I know, I was really hoping that, like, yeah, it was going to take off and, like, you know, Radeon was finally going to get its due. But, to the point where people are trying to scalp it, no. Not happy. So what's the Signal RGB app for? I just got this new setup and have no idea what it's for, or the CPU ID, SPU, ZMSI app, LOL. So Signal RGB is basically just, we bundle it on there as the way for you to change your RAM, not your RAM, to change your RGB on your PC. So motherboard controlled RGB is always the best kind of way to go because you can adjust the hue of it much easier than any kind of, like, you know, case controlled RGB. So if you go through that, it'll set it up. It is free. They have like certain effects and stuff that you can pay for. You don't feel obliged to do that. But Signal RGB lets you change RGB across several different manufacturers. So without signal RGB, you'd probably have MSI's Mystic Light for the motherboard, which would change the fans in your case most likely, but not for like your GPU. Let's say your GPU is an ASUS GPU. Well, you'd need to have Armory Crate, or some other kind of like open source RGB program that would let you change all of those. So yeah, that's kind of why it's there. If you don't like it though, you can totally delete it. I got 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes of RAM. Should I have gotten 2 16 gigabytes, or could I add 2 more sticks of 8? DDR4 or DDR5? For DDR4, you can definitely add 2 more sticks of 8. I would just make sure that you're getting the same brand and the same timings and the same size for those sticks that you're putting in there. RAM doesn't like to play with other brands, other timings, etc. You'll run into issues when you try and enable XMP. If it's DDR5, never do a 4-stick configuration. DDR5 just does not like 4 sticks. It will not work. It's very annoying. Both are viable upgrade paths, but the question is this. My GPU, do you plan on going past 32 gigabytes ever? Oh my god, not my GPU. What's up, my GPU? Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Ginger Ale? How you doing? Not even 30 minutes after launch, they had to refund thousands of people because they were already out of stock. Oof. It's a good card, what can I say? I use Mystic Light for all my lighting, but I have the Zotac software for my GPU lighting. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I use Armory Crate at home, and I have to have freaking IQ from Corsair because I have Corsair RAM, and it bugs the crap out of me. And I have Razer products, so I live in hell. I should probably just download Signal RGB, but I am lazy. NVIDIA released the 50 series late and at such low stock to only get the good PR for the prices the GPUs don't sell at. Yep. Dang. Multitasking iRacing uses a lot of third-party apps that run while in-game and streaming. Not super knowledgeable about PCs, but my assumption is extra headroom would be good. Yeah, definitely. And like I always say, nobody needs more than 32 gigs for gaming, and then somebody comes in being like, well, I play Escape from Tarkov. And like, that is the exception. If you game and you play Escape from Tarkov, and there's like 1 or 2 other games where every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, okay, you can just go directly to 64. Multitasking iRacing uses a lot of third-party apps that run while in-game and streaming. Not super knowledgeable about PCs, but my assumption is... Actually, sorry, I already just read that. Oop, I'm losing it. Sorry. And the CPU ID, CPU Z, MSI. Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just something that monitors your CPU ID. Okay. So it's basically just a tool that will allow you to monitor what your CPU is doing. Like temperature, how utilized it is, etc., etc. Well, hard to get 6,000 megahertz transfer to work in first place with DDR5 RAM. Yeah. I talked to my friend into purchasing a King 95. He upgraded his RAM to 2 16 gigs, and I was going to buy the 2 8 gigabytes from him. Oh, nice, okay. But yeah, like I said, it might be iffy. I mean, you can usually still run what I call Frankenstein RAM, at least in DDR4, if you do not enable XMP. You just got my new Skytech PC today. You guys killed it. Thank you. You are very welcome,
Oh,
Sookie's
yeah.
Corner. Thank you so much. I got an ad when she read my multitasking comment. Shaking my head. Oh, it's okay. Basically, I said, like, yes, you're correct. Having more headroom is good, and, like, depending on what you're doing with it. But for gaming, mostly, like, anything under 32 gigs is totally fine. Most games, even 16 gigs, totally fine. There's exceptions, obviously. If, like, a game that you play is, like, Escape from Tarkov, go directly to 64 gigabytes. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Because there's just some games that take a ton of RAM. And there's also other things you can do that take a ton of RAM. Think, virtualization is a huge one. If you're ever running virtual OSs off of your PC, that takes a lot of RAM. So you actually allocate that. It's very interesting. And yeah, Chrome tabs. Chrome is a big RAM hog. Yeah. Oh, hey, want a joke? Sure. DDR5 RAM be temperamental. It so is, and it's been since since its inception. I feel like I'm finally getting to the point where I can test DDR5 RAM, and I usually don't have any issues. $59 is blowing my mind. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that thing's a beast. Crank those settings all the way up. What do you call a whirlpool with a shark in it? I don't know. Bro, it's 35 degrees tomorrow? Ooh. That's pretty cold. I mean, it gets that way at night sometimes down here, but yikes. Is that the high? Currently run 16 gigs of DDR4, and I don't feel the need to upgrade. Plus, I barely get time to game because I'm in final year. Oh, I feel that. On the plus side, it gets worse when you're an adult. When you got a job, and yeah, oof. But, yeah, there's not really many buts. You start making more money, and that helps. Do all GPU brands have the same quality, or do they vary? For example, Zotac. I would say these days, it's pretty steady across all. I haven't really seen any, like, oh, there's large batches of, you know, XYZ GPU going bad. They're all pretty good right now. I know Zotac has, like, a bad reputation because in the past they had bad GPUs or whatever, but Zotac has actually been one of the most reliable ones for me here in the lab. Now, I mean, I'm only working with, you know, a handful of them obviously here, but I've never had a Zotac break on me. But I have had others. So, I wouldn't worry about it too much, especially if it's the difference of, you know, if it saves you some money, I would go for a Zotac one. Can a PC with a 4080 Super and a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D stream and game with a resolution of 1440p or 1080? Yes. Either. Either with no issue. Whirlpool with the okay, is Dankras? Oh, I got you. It's Sharknado backwards. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think of Sharknado. Yep, I'd get on at least 5th gen AMD if that's the case, but if you want to make upgrading easier over the next few years, go AM5. True. What's up, Rutu? How you doing?
Yo, yo.
Hi, I had the Skytech Omega PC and it's working great. I had it for about 3 months. Nice! Lovely, good to hear that. Thanks for ordering from us. If you are here, you are a nerd too. True, true. Oh, Ruber too. I think I might have already killed a cucumber plant. Gardening is hard. Good day. Oh, good day, Silent Butter. How are you?
Yo.
I actually have the same case as the one you guys are building right now. I actually love it. Honestly, fantastic case. It's a very good choice. Airflow is fantastic. Basically runs the exact same temperature with the front panel on as it does off, which is insane. That is a test I do with every case that I test. Tons of room to build in it. Fantastic quality. Case doesn't feel cheap in any way. Love it, love it, love it. So have to agree with you, Omar. Fantastic case. Also, like, you could put just non-RGB fans in here and it would be like a totally serious looking workstation. And we love versatility. I also ordered my PC from you guys in the beginning of the year and I really love it as well. I believe it was the Skytech Legacy. Yeah, nice. Well, thank you. I started a bunch of cucumber last week, hasn't sprouted yet. Hi, what's up? Vedtron, how you doing?
Yo.
Still doing well, thanks. Yeah. Does anyone in chat know if I can fit an Arctic liquid freezer AIO in an H6 Flow? Ooh. I'm not familiar, unfortunately, with... That's height, right? Yeah. H6 Flow. I'm not familiar with their cases, unfortunately. But I would think if it's like a 360 or a 240, just making sure that the case will fit, has like a mount for that, should be fine. I'll be able to give you a solid go at what you got set up. I'll try to pay attention, but I'm about to completely gut and redo my Discord server. I'm going to be kind of split focus. Nice. My computer I got from Skytech failed during startup when I was updating Windows, failed blue screen, but you know anything fixes? Do you know anything fixes? I mean, if you got a Skytech computer, you should definitely call customer support about that. Because a blue screen usually is a RAM issue. But if something failed during an update, it could also be something's up with Windows and you just need to roll it back to a restore point. But yeah, anytime something weird happens after you've like downloaded something or updated something, it's usually related to that. But not always. Sometimes hardware just dies, and it's gonna die when it dies. So like, sometimes it happens during something, and we get so stuck on the troubleshoot of that. But call customer service. They'll walk you through it. Hi guys, the computer is amazing. Lovely. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good to hear, Mr. Orange Barrel. What you been gaming on it? I enabled resize bar and Windows X. Weird. No start volume or close. Man, full screen buttons work. Any ideas what's going on? Start volume or close. Man, full screen button. I'm assuming that you've updated your graphics drivers recently, like you're up to the most up to date. Everything up to date? Okay, so that then. Resize the bar. Windows acting weird. Yeah, I don't know. And that just started happening after you enabled resize bar? Yes, interesting. I see something. Is the game that you're playing, is it optimized for a resize bar? Like, is it one that's, like, kind of designed for that? Because if not, it might just be fighting with it. I'm playing a lot of Minecraft VR with RTX. It's very nice. I played games like Boston, Horizon games, the finals. Nice. All settings are correct. Restarting File Explorer fixes everything for 5 or 10 minutes, but goes right back to not working. Interesting. I'm looking at Fractal, and I think I found my dream case. Ooh, which one? I'm not sure. Star Citizen. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking something else. Yeah, honestly, at that point, I would just not enable resize bar. Because it just might not be worth it if it's being buggy. The Pop Air XL. Oh, yeah, you know, I've worked with that case before. Yeah, it gets really good airflow. The computer I got from Skytech. Sorry. Sorry, I read that one. UFD Tech looks different today. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I turned it off. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it might just be acting wonky with that one game. Which it can sometimes do. But yeah, that's weird. Are the 50 series a huge difference from the 40 series? I mean, it's like another step up, basically. If you have a really high-end 40 series card, I wouldn't really look at upgrading to 50 series. I just don't think it's worth it. Because, again, there's always going to be new GPUs coming out. There's always going to be a better thing, a bigger fish. So I wouldn't worry about chasing that. Yeah, like there's no point in going from a 4080 to a 5080. You're not really going to get any difference there. I haven't had any problems. It works great and runs games amazingly. Thank y'all so much. I know I was the one who paid for it, but other websites for custom PCs are so expensive. Yeah, no worries. I mean, heck, we appreciate your business, and yeah, it's a pleasure to build your PC. Depends if you use multi-frame gen and media encoding of the 5090. True. Where did Juan go? I really cannot believe the state of our graphics card situation right now. This is step 335 or 3,350 for a GPU. Yeah. Ugh. It's very annoying. I agree. Well, it's a supply and demand issue, and unfortunately people really like to exacerbate the supply issue so that there's more demand. But, yeah, that's another reason why I would say don't upgrade to the 50 series if you got a 40 series card that's working well. It ain't worth it. Ooh.
Alright, folks, this build is done. Today's finished. It's complete.
Alright, well, this PC's done. It's going to go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers it needs out of the box. It's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure those components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for a V, and thank you for ordering with us.
Thank you.
Lovely PC. Ooh, the Antec with the series loops in the front. Tasty. Tasty indeed. Alright, we are going now to SkyGirlBinks build. Let's see if I can make this clean this up a bit. Yeah, okay. Let me see what I can do to this. Let's get rid of ASRock. Okay. So, is the owner of the second build here? Well, SkyGirlBinks, if you are with us, let your presence be known. And any problems or experiments with these? They didn't draw so much. Sorry, I already read that one. 3,000 for GPU isn't all that different than RTX Titan price. RTX Titan now is RP 2500 in 2018. That is upsettingly true. Is the owner of... Oh, sorry, I already read that one, but... Yeah. Alright, BRB. I'm gonna go get something really quick.
Careful.
Yeah. Back. Woo! That bag is crunchy indeed. When last have you guys seen Killer? Gosh, not for a bit. It was like not on the last stream. A couple streams ago, I guess, yeah. I don't know, maybe he's sleeping. I know that you guys are both usually up very late when you're on here. I miss youth. I miss being able to stay up late. I was talking about that, how like, oh man, when I was like 19, 20, I used to go out with my friends and we just wanted to hang out, you know what I mean? So sometimes we would just be hanging out in like my friend's van, like 7 of us, I kid you not, just talking, hanging out, and we drive to another parking lot and go get like Jack in the Box or whatever, you know, suburban things. And we would hang out basically all night. We would also go to this place called the Yellow Deli, because it was open 24 hours basically. And we would just hang out there until the sunlight came up and we could go home again. Because after a certain time, you know, you can't go home because then your parents get mad that you open the door and the dogs bark and all that. And then we would just go to class the next day. It was wild. Could not do that now. I found my geotest tomorrow, so yeah. Oh. I was gonna say not with that attitude, but actually with that, yes, with that attitude. I mean, as long as you pass the class, that's all that matters. Study with ChatGPT.
Don't do that.
I made the mistake of taking gardening advice from ChatGPT, and it took me way too long to realize that it was giving me advice for a plant when it's in the ground, and mine was in a pot, even though I kept being like, it's in a pot, and it was like, yeah, don't worry about it, you only have to water it once a week. No, if it's in a pot, you gotta water it every day. That attitude, and without it, I'm a fail either way. Yeah, true. Fair. Nothing's gonna make you know the answers if you don't, you know? Next thing, once I go to like grade 11, chat got just stopped helping. Nah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because you start getting the complicated stuff. Well, I'd like to say, a lot of the stuff you learn, you know, in the lower grades and all that, in like high school and such, a lot of that you never use. But I'm the person who ended up running into a lot of geometry later on, and I was like, man, that was the one they always say you're never gonna use, and here I am, always needing geometry for some reason. I'm at GPT. I figured. I hate those water once a week planting tips. Most of my indoor plants are once in 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. Although, my fiddly fig, once every like 2 weeks. That thing stays very, it's good. And it never bothers me, it does great. The Norfolk pine, that thing just guzzles water. Every time I look at that thing, it's dry. LOL rip plants, for real. I saw this comic this weekend and it was like very sad and relatable, and it was like this little smiling flower, and the person picks it up and they're both smiling walking home, and the flower's all happy, and then she like puts it with the other plants and the flowers, and they're like smiling and happy to see the new flower, but they're like all dying and shriveled, and the flower's like screaming. It's hilarious. Fiddly fig want high humidity, I'm scared to touch it. See, that's where I hated this when I first got the house, because the bathroom and the master bedroom, like the master bathroom and the master bedroom are connected, and there's like no door between them. You just walk over to get in the shower. It's weird, and I didn't like that at first. But it means that the fiddly fig that I put in the bedroom loves it. It does so well, and I don't have to do anything. So, I'm gonna have all the tropical plants in there. Ooh, is that a copper color? Close! This is rose gold. Or like, you know, that's what it's sold as. But it does look very coppery. I agree. Clean looking PCs. Thank you so much, Brian. I saw that same vid with a cat instead of a flower.
Damn.
Yeah. I need to go get Monstera Tie Constellation from Lowe's. Ooh. Yeah, I need to grow a Monstera too. Slowly trying to build up to the, like, everything is a jungle in here. What ATX cases would you recommend for an ATX motherboard? I mean, when you're talking ATX, you've got a lot of options. Mid-tower is usually what I'd recommend, just because it's a little bit more, like, wieldy. But if you go full tower, obviously you'll have a ton of room in there, but it's going to be a big, bulky case. But if you're looking at mid-towers, if you like a fishbowl, I would go King 95 from Montech. If you like a mesh front, check out the performance one from Antec. Or really any of those kinds of, like, just kind of classic 3-fan mesh fronts. Usually do really well. Just make sure that the front is mesh, though, and not glass. But, yeah, you've got a lot of options there. Really good stuff. Check out Fractal. Fractal Meshify is great. When will 5090 be in stock? We're getting them pretty sporadically, so I think you're... Do we know if you're still able to, like, make a order for one? Okay. I would just say check back periodically.
Yeah.
They're gonna be pretty hard to get.
Yeah.
I don't know about everyone else, but me personally, I've been caring about the new GPU launches because I'm broke. Honestly, same reason. I mean, yeah, if you're not looking to upgrade, usually when there's like a new generation of stuff coming out, it's like, meh. So, I get that. And like I said, there's always gonna be something better coming out around the corner. Moore's Law makes fools of us all. I got the rose gold, but I was afraid it would be too pink. It really does look coppery. Yeah. Again, totally depends on the light, because sometimes it does look like pinker. More pink. Take a look at some of the new Thermaltake cases. They got nice color range. True. Just steer clear of any of the ones that put the glass in front of the fans. Thermaltake has a history of doing that. A lot of their newer cases they don't. I think they finally figured out airflow, but no. I mean, they have fantastic aesthetics, but that was always my issue, is that sometimes the aesthetics took over from the functionality of that. Or anything that gives you a glass front or with a like changeable mesh front option is lovely. Put the glass on when like the friends come over and you want to look nice and sleek, and then the mesh front when you're running it, you know, doing something intense. Oh my gosh, Master Killer, thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome and welcome in. Appreciate you. The fans are on the sides these days. True. Went for Montech XR Black. Never a bad option. Montech makes really great cases. Would it be possible for them to make the video card smaller or no, because they need the massive fans to cool it down? I mean, that's the theory, is that, you know, it needs the heat sink and then the fans to cool it, so that's why they get so bulky, because they're just so hot. But as we've seen when they did the like Super and Super TI, whatever, of the 40 series, they were able to get them smaller. So I think that there's definitely room for that. It's just a matter of what the manufacturers make. You know what I mean? But yeah, typically the bigger they are, the bulkier they are, they usually have more of a heat sink, and thus might run a bit cooler, although they need the good fans to do that too. And you know, vice versa is also true. Anyways, I gotta go. Maybe I'll be back, or maybe I'll sleep. Bye. And by the way, the links work now, so W on that. Oh, thank you so much, Soul Sniper, for pointing that out too. Thank you, thank you. You have a good sleep.
See ya.
There's a Thermaltake tower case that's like 3 feet tall. Thought I liked it at one point, but the airflow for 12 fans is abysmal, and it's huge. Yeah. There's unfortunately cases like that where I'm like, this thing has so many fans. How? How is it not airflowing? You're welcome. Thank you, thank you. Is the height 70 worth it? I don't know. I never get to test the height stuff. So I couldn't tell you. It's a fishbowl though, right? Fishbowl's gonna fishbowl. Do open frame cases need fans? No, not necessarily. You're still obviously going to want fans on whatever your CPU cooler is, but that's about it. The motherboard, that should all stay totally cool. Obviously, like, fans help, but I run most of my testing on open air test benches over here. Not a problem. Not a problem even when stressing it. Something smaller, currently running a 3070 top, B550 Steel Legend blindfolded by now. Oh, sorry, I like how I just cut that one off and went to the next one. I was like, that makes no sense. B550 Steel Legend in a huge 4000D airflow. Okay. Like, it jumped right when I blinked. Dang, okay. That's kind of tough, because, like, I feel like almost everything is bigger than the 3070 now. Maybe not the 3070 top. That one was kind of large. I know that the ASUS STRIX one is still a huge chonker. But I don't know. I would maybe, you know, shop around and see. Check dimensions before you buy, obviously. Because depending on how big the tough one is, there might be some smaller cards that are better. Can Juan do that blindfold by now? Yes.
Yep.
Easily. The info in front of you, do you know if that PC going to... Oh, no, I don't have that information, unfortunately. I was like, there's a lot of PCs we sell, and that's under somebody else's total jurisdiction. The shipping department. But I'm sure it's coming soon. Yeah, Antsy, you know. Oh, I totally know. Anytime I order something, I'm just like, is it here yet? I love it though when you order something and then it's like, it'll be here on this day, but you get it on this day, and you're like, well. I ordered some new camping supplies, and it was supposed to come on like Wednesday of this week, and it came on Saturday instead, and I was very happy. I'm going camping this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. Gonna go get some fresh air. And actually, it's perfect. I'm gonna be there the last 2 days of cool temperatures before it comes like 90 degrees in the desert.
Damn.
I know. Lucky. Almost lost my window. Kinda liking your PC will be built Friday, but here we are on Wednesday. Yeah. Always a good feeling. How's everybody's St. Patrick's Day? Y'all do anything?
No.
I went to trivia at a bar. We came in second.
Ooh. What was the trivia on?
Well, unfortunately, it was on Irish-themed things, and I was like, oh man, I don't know anything about Irish. But it was like very random stuff, so it would be like about like Irish writers, or you know, like Irish song and band people, you know, like. So every once in a while, you'd be like, oh wait, I do know this. But yeah, overall, I was like, oh man, I was not up to date on my Irishman. You ready to go on Jeopardy? No. I'm definitely not ready to go on Jeopardy. If I hadn't been in a team, it would have been like that episode of Bob's Burgers where they go to trivia at the bar and like they don't know any of the answers. There were times where it was like, oh man, I have no idea. Afraid to upgrade from AM4 because Intel mounting pressure issues and AMD Z-height and the IHS bracket is thicker because they wanted cooler. Manufacturers don't have to replace the bracketry. True, but I will say if you go 9000 series, you don't have to deal with that really at all with the AM5. Or like they fixed it, at least the heating issues that they had with it at launch. And it was really only the X chips that we noticed had any kind of, effect of it. I'm sure Skytech has a micro ATX build. I don't know, do we actually currently? Yeah, that's the hard thing. They like to obviously get cases that can fit all of our components in, so they don't have to worry about, dimension restrictability. I am currently testing a Maddox case. I don't know if I'm going to approve it though for production. And even if I approve production, it has to go through purchasing, and whether or not they're going to run it is up to them. Guys, tomorrow's the first day of spring. I need it. All the flowers in the neighborhood are like starting to bloom, and every time I walk the dog, I just like lose my mind a little bit because I'm just like, God, it's so beautiful. The Kelsey approval means they're gonna buy 500 units. Bold view to assume they won't do that without my approval. Sometimes. We're still getting a couple of nights in the 30s. Oof. Yeah, we got high 30s at night over where I'm at, but I think it's like ending this week. It looks like in a couple days it's gonna be hot high. Low 50s, which is awesome. Soon it's gonna be sleeping with the window open temperatures. Love it. Just snowed where I live, so it feels like winter. Ooh. Yeah, we got a lot of snow in the mountains recently with the rain, but we don't live in the mountains, so it's still just here. I'm allergic to spring pollen. Misery is coming. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm very grateful that is not one of my allergies. But yes, for seasonal allergies sufferers, my condolences. I'm very sorry. I do not envy you. This little screwdriver is really cool.
Yeah, you like it?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. It has 5 torque settings.
Mm. Very nice.
I think I like the one I was trying last week more though. I don't know.
Mm.
This one's a little thick. It's a different one than last week's.
Mm.
That one was like compact. It was still low, but it was more compact.
Yeah. Is this an SFX power supply? No, this
No,
is
it's
just
a full size.
full ATX.
If anything, slightly longer than a regular full size.
Yeah, it's just a
Like a
big
mill or
one,
something?
yeah. May I ask a question about my computer I got from you guys? Yeah, go for it. That case has a beautiful color for a female. I mean, an interesting way to put it, but yeah, I think the girlies like this one. Did Windows 11 remove the Realtek Audi console? I can't download it. Maybe. What you can do if you need an audio driver, what I would usually do is the name of your motherboard, Google that, find the, like, if it's MSI, find MSI's website's page on that motherboard, click support, and they'll have drivers under there. They'll be like BIOS, other drivers, and look for the audio driver under that. That should be the one that works with your particular motherboard, and download that. What's up, Seneca? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Nero?
Thanks. Yeah, no worries, Amen. How do I fix my fan that is stopping and starting again? It makes a weird noise, too. I wonder if I did something to it or if it is offset. I would say if it's starting and stopping and making a weird noise, check and make sure that there isn't something like caught in it, like a sticker or something, or a piece of plastic, or like a cable might be, you know, poking out and hitting that. Like, if you go to the fan when it's off and you spin it, does it make the sound then? Or only when the PC is, like, kicked off? PC cases are getting bigger soon. We will just be buying a server rack. That's what it feels like. It only makes the sound when the PC is on. Oh, interesting. Well, that's not good. And you're sure it's like that fan that you've isolated and not a GPU fan or power supply? I love the computer so much though. Oh yeah, no worries. If you need a little bit more of like a walkthrough, like someone who can kind of like take a look at it exactly, you can call customer service too. Especially because like if maybe you've got like a failing fan or something, they can send you a new one. I tapped a fan while it was running and it was a different fan, so I feel like it's too. I've done it once where I accidentally, like I had a screwdriver or something in my hand and I was messing with something in a case while the fans were going on. And then I didn't realize that the screwdriver dipped into where one of the fans was, and it just killed an entire fan blade. That was annoying.
Damn.
I know, it's like otherwise a perfectly fine fan missing a fan blade. F's in the chat. I have a Corsair fan making the loud noise. I just disabled it. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a great day. You too.
Thank you.
Good luck with the fan. Very nice. Ooh, this is gonna be all very ASRock. Coated in that, in the motherboard and the power supply.
Yeah.
It's nice. Seems like the King 95 is becoming the most popular case. Oh yeah. Well, I think it's just like it's a relatively affordable fishbowl. Looks good, works well. Hard to beat it, honestly. you have to pay extra for those white fans? No, if you buy the white case, it'll come with the white fans. I was like, usually, there's the very occasional white case that we sell that does not have white fans, but I don't think the Montech is one of them. Learned so much, switching from console to PC gaming. It's like I'm a tech now. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of one of the nice things about working on a computer a lot, even if you are to use it for gaming, is it kind of forces you to interact and interface with a computer more, and you just naturally pick stuff up from doing that. I think that's why, like, a lot of my generation were really good with computers, is because back in the day, you know, that's where you went for entertainment. You would watch fun little Flash videos or play Flash games, go on MySpace, and your computer would break all the freaking time. So you had to, like, because it was super easy to get a virus back then, so you had to get pretty savvy. Yeah. Price is good on that case with all the fans it comes with, true. Especially with the two 140s in the back, yikes. Very nice. Man, I got some Al Pastor from the store this weekend, but I forgot to buy anything else that one would need for tacos. So I think I'm just gonna put it on some nachos.
That works.
Right? Like, not a bad option. It's either that or I put it into some enchiladas, which I could also do. But nachos. Well, I could put it in some enchiladas, but I only have green enchilada sauce, and I kind of feel like that's a red enchilada thing, you know.
Try it out.
I could. Are you guys gamers? And if so, do you prefer PC or console or both?
PC.
Yeah, but I was like, for the most part, PC. If I can play it on PC, I'll play it on PC. I do like consoles for certain things, like back when I was like literally just kind of playing, and I had like a laptop for schoolwork or whatever, console was totally fine. But there's just certain games that you want to play on PC. Like, you just need a mouse and all that for it. The Sims is one that you need. You need a mouse and keyboard for, in my humble opinion. City Skylines, you need a mouse and keyboard, let's be real. It makes the streets easier to make. Any of, like, strategy games, obviously RTSs, or like Crusader Kings, I feel like that'd be really hard to play on console, so. I kind of feel like PC just gives you access to more games that you can play because, well, they're on PC, but even when they port them to console, the controls don't work very well. I built 9 computers for friends and family over the past 4 years. I have a disability, I don't have barely any arms, I have 3 fingers. It takes me a little bit of time, but I enjoy it. But I'm also a tech nerd. Yeah. I mean, heck. Knowing how to build a PC is a really good skill to have, and it's nice that you can build it for friends and family. It's nice knowing that you got someone like that you can, take a PC to. Comes real handy. fixed PC won't detect plugged-in speakers or wired speakers. Ooh. Yeah, that could be a driver issue, or it could be something else. Hold on. Okay. If you bring up Device Manager on Windows, so like in your little search bar, you just type Device Manager, or you can right-click on the Windows sign and go to Device Manager off of that thing. We're gonna go to Device Manager, and you're just gonna look under there and see if anything there has a little caution sign, like a little yellow triangle with an exclamation point in it over it. It won't show up in Device Manager? Okay. Well, the fact that there isn't an exclamation point caution sign on there is also a good thing, because if you didn't have the driver for there or something, that would show up. So it's just not reading your speakers. Interesting. Looks like this. Thank you, Silent Butter. Yeah. If that isn't there, then that's not your issue. It's not a driver issue. It could be a hardware issue. Do you have two separate speakers, or like any other kind of headphones or something that you can plug in and try those ports? Just to rule out the device itself being bad. When is Handy gonna build a PC? When are you gonna build a PC? When he needs one. That's probably a good answer. Everyone asked me to fix them, LOL. Yeah, that's the other thing is, once people know you know PCs in any kind of way, you become tech support. Honestly though, I kind of like it. I feel like not enough people in my life come to me for tech support, and it kind of bugs me. I'm like, dude, you can ask me. Like, and I love it because I have to give tech support to my dad sometimes, and it's always like the stupidest thing. Like, he plugged something in incorrectly, and then I walk him through troubleshooting it, and then he's like, oh my gosh, you're a genius. And I'm like, yeah. Okay. Tell me more. When like literally it was just, he plugged the HDMI into the wrong thing. My question would be 3.5mm jack or USB speaker? That's a good question. Yeah, I don't have that marker. All my Bluetooth headphones and speakers work fine, except the wired ones. Huh, okay, interesting. The speakers I'm using, it's wired, it has a green audio jack. I plug it into the green port on Motherboard, it's 3.5. Okay, and it's not reading it. Here's another thing that you should do. Check out on the bottom of your motherboard, like when you're looking into your PC, there's a header that audio jack plugs into basically on your motherboard. I would just double check and make sure that all of those things that are plugged into the bottom of the motherboard there are seated well. It's usually the one in the leftmost corner is the audio jack. So I would double check and make sure that hasn't come loose in any kind of way. And that's plugged in. Yeah, the header's plugged in. The header is plugged in the audio header? Yes. Usually the audio header, it's like a little block. I want to say it's like 8 pins, and it plugs into one that's like 7 or some odd dots in the leftmost corner there usually of motherboards. And then yeah, all the wires come off, and it's kind of one wire that then goes to the jack on your PC. Yeah, that's plugged in, checked it. Okay. Is there any way you could kind of follow that wire and just make sure it gets all the way to the I/O and doesn't have any kind of like cuts, tears, or that there isn't like a like one of the pins is kind of loose? And like you can just kind of do this visually. Because like if it's not reading it, that's what I would think, something's going on there. I just got a 5070 Ti from you guys, and I was puzzled because Arma textures were not loading in. I had to go into the BIOS settings and turn off resizable bar, and now it works fantastic. Oh, there we go. It's funny, we just had a resizable bar question earlier. Yeah, certain games that are not optimized for resizable bar will be wonky with it enabled, unfortunately. And we enable it because for the AMD Advantage program, they want you to have that enabled in the BIOS. So for us to get that seal, we have to send it with the settings that they wanted. But you are totally free to turn it off and on as you please. Doesn't detect 3.5mm headphone speakers. Different motherboards call it something else. Mine's called Realtek HD audio. So you might need the Realtek driver. Who's Skytech big boss? Some guy. You'll never see him in like videos or something like that. Very business, you know what I mean? I know like there's like kind of a trend of like, you know, CEOs and such being like very like social media forward, but he's old school in that way. Silent butter. Oh, you. Yeah, I need the Realtek driver, but it takes forever to download on the Realtek site. Cable is fine. Okay. So yeah, it probably isn't the Realtek driver. What's your motherboard? Like, what's the exact motherboard model that you have? Do you know? Okay, let me look at something. Okay. Try downloading the one that's on this website for you, Ant-Man. This should be the one that works with that motherboard. And if you got Windows 11, download the one for Windows 11. If not, download the ones for Windows 10. And see if that helps. Man, I really wanted to go to Dairy Queen. And like, there's not really one on my way home. Unless I go into a mall. But I really want a Blizzard. Because I was watching The Food That Built America, and they did a whole episode about Dairy Queen and the Blizzard. Did you know that, like, bits of candy and junk in ice cream, like, mixed into ice cream, is a relatively new concept?
Really?
Yeah, like, it's not that old. Like, it's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
What to get at Dairy Queen? I've never been to one, but I got one like 10 mins away. Get a Blizzard. Get the mint Oreo Blizzard. Ice cream is new technology. I mean, kind of. Had to get a pre-built from you guys for cost reasons. I was bummed out. I really wanted to watch Juan build my PC. Either way, I'm still thrilled about my new PC. Ah, that's okay though. But yeah, I'm happy that you're happy with the PC you got. And yeah, thanks for ordering with us. And I mean, you can always hang out in the chat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
My rear audio line doesn't work, and for front I/O, I need a splitter. Make sure you don't need a splitter combiner. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, some I/Os will come with multiple things. It's a whole thing. I bought 5 of each in case anyone I built for needs them. Oh, that's very kind. Yeah, splitters come in real handy. Luckily, I mean, we have a lot here because that's what we manufacture, but before when we were in 2 different buildings, I used to just like scavenge splitters from builds I wasn't really using at the time. Or, you know, like things that we had built for conventions and hadn't been using for a while, and I'd be like, yoink. Need this. Been watching you guys for a couple of months. I was interested in Skytech to begin, but after watching you guys Twitch the last couple of months, it sealed the deal for me. Very happy with my decision. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that that our like stream presence influenced you. That makes me very happy. It's good to kind of know that we're doing some good advertising here. But yeah, thanks for going with us. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we're just some fun folks behind this camera. Just trying to make sure you guys get good systems. Don't forget to use code Kelsey. That build is actually very good. Oh yeah. Good looking, indeed. Yeah, I'd like to see this color on the like stream more often. The rose gold's very pretty. Wish I could afford a new build. I like to game in my free time, and this PC is showing some age. Ah, I understand that. But I mean, you know, it could be a savings goal. You know, a couple months or even like a year down the line. Just kind of, you know, put a little money aside for it. So that way when the PC really starts showing its age, you got the means. The wand gold, yeah. Whoever picked this part's respect, yeah, it's very nice. The power supply's for sure going out. Oh no, that sucks.
Damn.
Just like random black screens. I got the King 95 with the 5070 Ti. My buddy's seen it and literally ordered one too. He's waiting for FedEx to deliver it today. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that honestly, that's a tough PC to see and not be like, dang, I want one. They're good looking. And good running too. No, I have that too, but I set power limit to 200 watts on my 3070 and it no longer crashes, but unlocked every game makes it crash. Oh, dang. Yeah, that sucks. I'm very sorry. It's gorgeous, indeed. I have the NVIDIA black screen bug. Oh, dang. I've been kind of lucky. Other than Monster Hunter, I don't think I really got much to play for a while. The 2 games I'm really excited for coming out this year, one of them's not even coming out for PC.
Now.
It's the new Pokemon Legends. I'm very excited for that. And the other one is coming out for PC, and it's the Digimon game. That's what I'm waiting for. 3000 series got the transient power spikes. Yeah, they really do those ones, unfortunately. Pokemon, yeah. Yeah, I really liked Pokemon Legends Arceus. I had a lot of fun with that, so I'm hoping that the new one will be just as fun, even though it's not like, it's like kind of in the city. And I'm like, it could be really awesome though. I really liked the format of the first Pokemon Legends. And honestly, it's about that time, you know, where I'm like, alright, I'm itching to play a Pokemon game. I got to, every couple of years. Ever since I was like a child. I wish they would make a PC version Pokemon. I know. I mean, the fact that they've been branching out to apps in recent years, I think has been kind of a good sign that like maybe one day we'll get like a PC game, but they have a pretty good relationship and such going on with Nintendo, so I don't know if we'll ever see them like fully decouple. But I mean, I know we've all always wanted a Pokemon MMO.
Riding like a car.
I know, right? That's just it starting up. Take it for a few spins around the block. Let it quiet down. Nah, cables like to do this though. Gosh, especially when I'm in the lab, because I'm kind of just throwing them together pretty quick so I can get temperature readout. And I turn it on and it's like, and everyone looks at me and I'm like, shh, shh.
Alright, folks. This build is done. It is finished. It is complete.
Lovely. Very nice. Alright, this PC is done. You're just going to go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need. So out of the box, it's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, and thank you for ordering with us.
Thank you, thank you.
Lovely PC. I love the ASRock through line. Love it. Just gorgeous. And with this rose gold, I think you're going to be able to do some really fun stuff RGB-wise with it to really make it shine. And that's mine. Thanks, guys. You are very welcome. It'll be headed to you shortly. But yeah, enjoy the heck out of this. Very nice machine. And you picked really great parts. Sorry if you've gotten this question a ton. I see on your custom build options you have a variety of 5090s with lead times indicated. I'd really like a 5090 FE. Are they just not in the pipeline at all right now? Probably not if they're not listed. Or at least I haven't seen one come through here. Alright. 58 media. I see you. I've been seeing you. It's your time. Also, we weren't sure, like, we on the stream weren't sure if you got in contact about your Thermaltake power supply we didn't have in stock. So we were going to switch it out with a Montech. I don't know if they contacted you about that, but if you do not want the Montech, we should be getting those Thermaltakes in at the end of today, and we can definitely still go with that Thermaltake if need be. So you let us know, unless you've already let customer service know. But this way we can build it. I'm so hyped. Yeah, get hyped. Let me make sure this isn't super cut off, because it absolutely is. Let's get rid of this. Nice, okay, cool. What are you gonna do with that monster PC? Yeah, I wanna know what games you play. Cause that 5070 Ti is gonna eat them for lunch. Console manufacturers don't really think that much of it's special needs community aside from Xbox and its expensive adaptive controller. True. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that, but yeah. PC is a lot better for that. What brand GPU do you see most of? Probably MSI.
Gigabyte.
Gigabyte. Oh, those specs are super close to the custom PC I ordered from Skytech on Friday. Waits with bated breath. Nice. Cool. Well, it's on its way, I'm sure. Love my Gigabyte 1070. Nice. If enough people order a configuration as custom, do you then offer that as a pre-built model? Well, that'd be pretty smart, wouldn't it?
I know.
Right? Like, I wonder if we ever look at statistics like that. No, not usually. There's some stuff that we kind of only offer through the custom builder too.
Yeah, a lot of custom AIOs, different cases.
Yeah, mainly because like when people are shopping like pre-builts, they're usually shopping against our competition too. So if we're using a higher end or just like a better AIO in it that costs a lot more money, someone who doesn't know to look for that and is just kind of comparing like GPU, CPU across brands, they're gonna go with the competitor who's offering a much worse cooler for much cheaper. So we tend to put like the really nice high-end stuff that people who are looking for it would know and would pay that extra premium for in the custom builder so that they can get access to the latest and greatest stuff without us having to worry about, oh, well, is it going to make our prices look unattractive? It's going to be playing KCD 2 and the new Assassin's Creed. Oh, nice. Is it Kingdom Come? Is that what KCD is? But nice. Oh, yeah, that thing is going to eat those games. It's going to be lovely. Very cool. Different GPU and CPU, but the rest are really close, so in different case. 7800X3G is good for gaming, or what would you recommend to go with my 7800 XT GPU? I mean, that is a fantastic CPU, but if for any reason you can't get that, I would recommend something like a 7700X or a 7700 non-X. Honestly, love that one. Or a 9700X. But basically the 700 series of AMD CPUs is what I recommend if you can't go 7800X 3D. Currently have an i7 11700KF. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you're going to want to upgrade off that platform then, because there's not really anything you can jump to without having to get a whole new motherboard. Because 11th gen is the end of that Intel cycle. Intel did just start a new generation, so they should be on that platform for at least another generation. But if you want a bit more future upgradability and all that, I would consider going AMD. I'm playing Two Museum. Oh, nice. You know what game I was gonna pick up? I was thinking about picking up what is it? Split Fiction. Because it looked really good at not E3, whatever the showcases are these days. And I figured I'd play with my fiance, but I'm kind of bad when we play games together because I just feel like I have a little bit more game sense, you know what I mean? Like, so I can get a little frustrated when it's like, it's B, just hit B, you know, for like... Split Fiction's amazing as a couple games. Yeah, I figured, like, that would be probably really fun to do. So, I might pick that up, but I don't have enough time, I don't think. I've mostly been playing Crusader Kings on the couch while I cook dinner. Which is the one time I'm like, oh, I'm glad I have a laptop. When I build computers, especially nowadays when the heat sinks on the GPUs weigh approximately 30 to 50 pounds, I will be extremely careful and add a GPU sag reducer before carefully setting it up right. Yeah, I mean, they can definitely be heavy. Luckily, most of the GPUs I've noticed these days, they come with sag braces or some kind of little, telescoping one you can put under there, so at least they're kind of addressing that now. But yeah, I've seen some epic sag on some of the cards. There's a reason, too, when we ship our PCs, we do a custom cut of foam to put under the GPU so that it doesn't move at all in shipping. Because, yeah, I think maybe a week of that when the 40 series dropped, before we were like, yeah, this is a stupid idea. This needs to be locked in. Because it will break a PCIe slot. Could it be because my I/O is powered by USB 3 and my USB 3 motherboard port has bent pins? Yeah, absolutely, actually it could. So yeah, if you're plugging it, wait, hold on. Yeah. If you're plugging into the USB, but if you're plugging into the 3.5 millimeter jacks, I wouldn't think it would be. But yeah, if you've got bent pins in your USB header, then it's not making proper contact with the I/O, so yeah, your USB won't work. To that. I care about a ton now, he's just really strong. Can I get a free PS5? We don't even sell PS5s. Awesome attention to detail, yeah. Well, I mean, it helps us out too, less returns. And so, if your PC gets to you in a good condition, that's good for us too. A USB 3 header can cause all sorts of mobile power issues. That is true. I'm kind of surprised you're not getting an overvolting issue. I like how PC gamers have to learn how to troubleshoot. Yeah, to an extent. I mean, you can always get someone to troubleshoot it for you, but it saves you a lot of time and money to kind of learn it on your own. But it's a really good skill to have. A little bit of tech savvy goes a long way. Don't know if there will be a Core Ultra 200 series refresh. Yeah, I don't know. Play It Takes Two with a buddy, not a couple though. Yeah, no, I'm just happy to see a return to couch co-op. Because I really do think that is like the ultimate way of playing a video game. Like multiplayer-wise. It's nice to be able to play online with people who don't live anywhere near you, but my friends who don't live anywhere near me never want to play online games, so... But when we're together... Couch co-op. What's up, Infinite Logic? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Infinite Logic. I get it. That solid try for 7900 GRE if you can, though. Never a bad option. What does one have to do to become an affiliate? Honestly, this experience has made a customer for life. You should check out our affiliate hub on our website. There's an application there you can fill out. And yeah, it's nice. It's a pretty cool program. You get a little affiliate code, and yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, it needs to be reviewed obviously by, I think Fabian's in charge of all that. But yeah, it takes a while sometimes, but never hurts to send in an application. But yeah, thank you for being a customer for life. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Compared the two when I got this one and opted for the 7800 XT over the GRE at the time. Can't remember why. VRAM? I don't know. Maybe the only GRE was 2 fan and I wanted 3. I don't remember that well. I will upgrade eventually. Yeah. I mean, it's not like a giant jump between them. And I have like an orange in my bag, but like I don't trust myself to peel that thing like cleanly.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a cara and they're very juicy, and I feel like it's just gonna start like peeing on me, and I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry.
Did they put a sink in your new lab?
No.
Oh.
My old lab had a sink right in it, and I loved it.
Yeah, it seems useful.
It also sucks, is like I bring an apple to work almost every day, so I gotta go wash my hands in one place, come back, get the apple, wash the apple in another place, and then eat it before I have to touch anything else. They're awesome to work with, and people want Skytech builds. Would be a good idea to get affiliated. I did a while back, don't regret it one bit. Yee.
Nice.
Even sent a friend of mine y'all's way for his PC, and he even ended up getting affiliated with y'all too. Leave a follow. Oh,
Hey,
nice!
dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just like growing the family.
Love it happening.
Order a cinnamon toast pizza. Ooh.
Oh, again with the weird. Oh wait, never mind.
We kind of did that one time.
Kinda.
Man, I guess Cinnamon Toast Crunch made these like Cinnamon Toast Waffles cereal, and I don't know, it was like discontinued, so it was cheap at Aldi, and I was like, yoink.
What about the cinnamon toast bacon?
Well, when they make that, I will also buy
They
it.
did.
When it gets discontinued and goes to Aldi.
Oh.
It's got to go that route.
New class action future potential just dropped.
Dude, you know what they had at Aldi though this week? They had the Frank's Red Hot Goldfish. Like in the bags, and I was like, oh my gosh. I
That's
only
a
got
thing?
one. Yeah, they're so good. It tastes like you just took like a wedge of cheddar cheese and like dipped it in Frank's Red Hot. It's lovely. But I only bought one bag, and that was a mistake. I finished it off today.
Damn.
No, I should have got like 7 of them. Especially because I think they're doing that because they're going out of, like, they're discontinuing it. Yep. Anyways, you can tell I'm getting hungry. The food talk comes back.
What'd you have for lunch?
I had a granola bar and some blueberries. And prior to that, I had some Frank's Red Hot Goldfish. Yeah.
Real balanced lunch.
I know, it was really nutritious until then. Hello! Unless you didn't want me to say hello. I was like, unless you wanted me to be quiet, I don't know. Yeah. That's so funny. My boss said it was okay to leave work to watch my PC being built. 10 out of 10 best day. Oh yeah.
What?
Everyone needs a break from work, you know what I mean?
Bucket, like,
And this is a
bucket
good excuse. Hello?
What about it?
What are you gonna use it for video?
You use that.
No, I mean like the parts.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm building for a friend. Picked up a Ryzen 7 5800 XT for $175. Should I return it and build a newer system? I mean, if it wouldn't be XT 5800X, you mean? No, honestly, that is still a really good CPU. It's a hot CPU though. Get a good cooler on it. But I think it's still totally viable. 175 though is kind of expensive, but it depends on where you are. Also in the world, I know that PC parts can be different prices and much more expensive in certain places. No, the XT? What? 5800 XT. Oh, like the GPU? It's $250 now. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, no, I think that's actually probably still a pretty good deal. Here's
Hi, chat.
Fabian.
Hi chat. Hi chat. Hi chat.
Hi, boss. This is very important for team building and morale improvements. Tell your boss I can send them the KPIs to support this. I have a great boss. Oh, that's good to hear. Isn't life so great when you have a really good boss? Shout out to Keith. I lucked out getting 5700 X3D. That came with 1 terabyte NVMe. Yo, Fabian. Shaqlosion saying hi.
Cyclosion? My boy?
I was just talking with... Yeah.
I saw, dude.
Yeah, they're new. Oh, they added a T. What? Really?
Level it up?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not really familiar with that chip
Trying new
then.
things.
But I think it's fine. I think it's still probably pretty good. Let me look at what the stats are on that bad boy. 800 XT. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm behind the times. My gosh. Man, they always be making new AM4. Like, what? So it's an 8-core, 4.7 gigahertz. Honestly, I mean, depending on like what kind of a system you are building them, this is still totally viable. An 8-core, 4.7 gigahertz is totally still in play. Unless you're going to be getting like a 5090 to go with it, I think you're fine. Oh yeah, it's the Steve. They added a T4, $20. Oh, $20, yeah. 4070 to go with it. Oh, yeah, I think that's still fine. Especially if you plan on playing that in like 1440p, you're not gonna get any bottleneck. Are 3090 still good? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're totally fine. Is that when 5900 XT 16 core came out? Maybe. They announced those at Computex last year. I mean, usually they send me like the new AM4 chips, but they haven't been sending me any of the newer AM4 chips they've been coming out with. Mainly, I don't know if we're looking at buying those. That's probably why. 1080p most likely, maybe 1440p in the future. Ah, fair. But yeah, crank those graphic settings all the way up, because you can do it with that. 1080p Ultra. I think those are limited failed 5950X chips. Yeah, that makes sense. Say 4070 Ti Super Ryzen to 3090. True, yeah. But I mean, if you have a 3090 and you're wondering if you need to upgrade, I want it. It's still totally fine. Are any of y'all gonna play the new Assassin's Creed game? I might. I don't know, it looks pretty good. But I feel like I need to go back and play Valhalla because I skipped that one. Just because I didn't really have time for it, and now I can probably get it pretty cheap. So I gotta go back and play that, and I'm sure that that's probably like a 100-hour game before I got time for Assassin's Creed. But you know, I'm into it. I enjoyed Odyssey a lot. Which way is my hair going? It's going this way? Yeah, okay. Whew. That's kind of what you really want, yeah. 50 hours of that game is collecting flags, etc., then that 50 hours doesn't matter. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. It's one of those things where I really need, whenever playing any of those Ubisoft games, it's like, can you just give me a map to what's important? But I do like a good side quest, but ugh, I get bogged down. I also never beat Origins, even though I was really liking that one too. And I don't know, man, Odyssey was pretty goofy. I think it was the part where you find out that Pythagoras is your dad that I was like, okay, I think I need to put this down for a minute.
Of the theorem?
Of the theorem, yeah.
What?
One critique I had about the custom builder, I wish I could have larger pictures for my terrible eyes. Yeah, I could see that being an issue. Hey, you know what? I'll pass that on. I'll pass that on to the website team. Just to, like, you know, see if they want to kind of reconsider that. Or, like, if there could at least be an option to, like, magnify it, you know? Is Hattori Hanzo going to be your new Japanese? I don't know. We'll have to see. Even in Origins, too. Like, okay, so it's me, Julius Caesar, and Cleopatra, and I'm just like, okay. I think I need to, like... It's just a little weird. Like, not only am I in history, but I'm seemingly important. Like, it's really easy to find these historical figures, like... I mean, I still would have a really hard time... Like, you're still in towns of thousands of people, like, how am I gonna find these guys? And, like, they might not even be famous, because of, you know, history. Yet, you know?
Just some guy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's Julius Caesar, and they're, like, obviously, but...
Of the little Caesar?
Pythagoras, is anyone really thinking about him back then? Maybe we had to go and do some, like, geometry first to be like, you know what, maybe that Pythagoras guy was onto something. So I'm not familiar with an AIO cooler. Do I need to service it at all? No. Okay, so here's the lovely thing about AIOs. Because it's all in one, you basically don't have to touch it. If anything ever happens to it, if all of a sudden it starts running really hot and you don't know what's up, then that's the time to be like, okay, maybe something needs to be serviced here. But that usually happens after several years, and it's usually something like corrosion, like interior corrosion, or evaporation of the liquid. So some of these do have like a little thing that you can unscrew and you can put more coolant in there as time goes on. Some of them don't. Whether or not, even AIOs that don't offer that, it's very unlikely that you're actually going to have enough evaporation to ruin your AIO in the lifetime that you are using that AIO. You know what I mean? Otherwise, though, it basically just takes care of itself. You just want to keep the dust out of the fans. Yeah, it's might last 5 to 6 years before needing to be replaced, but a 9800 X3D is fine on a dual tower air cooler like a Thermarai Phantom Spirit. Yep. So if anything does go wrong with that AIO down the line, get yourself a meaty air cooler, and you'll be fine. Well, that's cool. Indeed, friend. Is it safe to put an old tablet inside of a PC as a screen and power it by charger? Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't do anything to the screen itself. There's like ways to rig screens inside PCs that are also like basically just another monitor. But I don't know if that's exactly what you're doing. But yeah, the heat shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't do anything to it. So the Sony mag with a CD in it. Like 12 demos in the Strategy Guide magazine. Man, that was the day. That was the day. Those were the days. There was one single day, and that was the day. Whew. I also miss Nintendo Power magazine. That was like the first magazine that like us kids were able to get. And it was like just for us, and it was awesome. I still have a few of my strategy guides. I think the funniest thing, though, about old strategy guides is going through them and realizing, like, when you start catching errors in it, you're like, wait a second, this isn't right. The strategy guide was wrong. The one
happened to you?
Yeah, no, actually a lot of them, if you look back onto it. The one I really wish I still had, though, was the strategy guide for Pokemon Blue and Red. It came with these cool stickers and everything. Man. That's like the time I think I would have gone back in time to be like, hey, I need you to understand that this is like the coolest and best time of your life. And then gone, back into my time period.
Alright, Billy Madison.
Just to be like, hey, I need you to understand, like right now, the family is working, Pokemon is the coolest thing ever. There's gonna be like 1,000 of them in the future. And you'll have the money for the games. It's awesome. What a great time. There's this thing called social media in the future. Don't go on it. Budget though, kidding aside, thank you Skytech team. I'm super stoked for my custom build. The prices were solid and competitive, and the parts options were actually legit to play with. So far, 11 out of 10. Please keep being the awesome shop of folks you've been. Thank you so much, the Blade Marshal.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. We're glad we could be of service.
Y'all are the goats.
Bought my Skytech from BB King 95, last one they had. Upgraded it with 64 gigabytes of RAM and added a 4 terabyte NVMe.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Very nice. Anyone here getting a Skytech today with these guys? Like these guys are, or have already gotten? Also, shit, my boy. Yeah, for real. Back in my day, companies used to sell guides to new games from day one, but most games were not internet multiplayer centric. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a strategy guide would sell well today because you could just Google and get an entire free like walkthrough from someone. And the meta would be constantly evolving, and you're like, ugh.
That's a job now.
Tell yourself to learn gardening. Yeah, actually, I would. I would go back in time and be like, study horticulture. One day you're gonna want that knowledge. Do film instead of theater. Huh. Nice, you ordered on site, I take it. Hope you used an affiliate code. All the love back to the folks that show it back. Yeah. I'm 58 Media's boss. Oh, welcome in, boss.
Welcome in.
Dang, you guys are really tight then, yeah. I love that though. My previous boss was awesome. Sometimes he would just be like, oh yeah, your fiance got back into town yesterday. Do you want to take the day off? And it's like, what? I didn't even ask. And he's like, well yeah, I just figured, you probably want to spend the day together. And it's like, what? Lovely.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You never forget the managers who made your life hell and the bosses who were awesome. Can replace all the office PCs with Skytech since we all run 4 to 6 monitors. Nice!
Damn.
Sounds like a good office. Theater is art. Film is a business. Man, ain't that true. Listen, I don't even care if someone uses mine. Kelsey, I just care that people get savings when they can. That is true. That is true. I guess I always feel bad because sometimes my affiliate code comes in, like, on the weekend, and, like, I'm not doing anything, and I'm like, did I earn this? But, yeah. No, I feel ya. I guess I'm always just worried that they're gonna be like, no, too many people are using it, Kelsey, don't.
What the?
I worry about a lot of things in life that I probably shouldn't. Yes, Shyflosion is fantastic for helping you get a PC. Even 3 monitors usually seem excessive, except for actively streaming, etc. I've run with dual monitors for decades at this point. Yeah, if you're doing like coding especially, multiple monitors are fantastic. One with like VS Code up, one with like, if you're doing like web design for example, one with the website, one with Slack Overflow,
Stack Overflow.
You're right, thank you. One with Stack Overflow, one with Slack, and YouTube. VH 200 case by Thermaltake. Nice. Can the person who built that PC behind you make a guide on how to do the visualizer thing? Damn, we probably should because people really like that. And I mean, he's one of our employees, so. I think mostly what he did though was he just put RGB strips into there and then programmed it to react with an equalizer basically. And then he put like almost like construction paper poster board over it to diffuse it. And yeah. to run 6 monitors on my PC at once. Needed 2 GPUs on one system for that. Downside to 4 now. 3 on one system, and I plan on getting a 4th for it eventually and leaving it there. Nice. Yep. That's the way. I don't know, I only dipped a toe into coding, and I was all over the place. Learned JavaScript and a little bit of web dev. And then I jumped ship and started doing Android development in Java and Kotlin in Android Studio, but it was really fun to just kind of sit down and be like, okay, I'm learning this thing, so how can I learn it better? Well, let me challenge myself to make something fairly simple. And yeah, put some music on and just tons of fun. You know what's weird? This new Ryzen 7 1500 XT came with the Wraith Prism RGB cooler. I'm stunned. And I'm confused. Yeah, I think that was like the highest one that they would give out with their CPUs, though. Don't get me wrong, the Wraith Prism, surprisingly good cooler. But yeah, not adequate for every chip. To be honest, no idea where that setting even is. I feel that. I'm still shaky on where things are in Twitch. Try using a large 4K for productivity instead of 4 monitors. Just don't go maximize full screen. I had a 40-inch 4K for a while. Oof. Yeah, I recently went from 2 monitors down to 1 big monitor. And that was an adjustment after having 2 monitors. But for what I do now, which is mostly just game and stream, it's alright. I do kind of wish I had even just like a small monitor just for chat, like when I stream. But it works. $624 is life, can't go back. Ooh. That sounds nice. Yeah, you should have seen our IT department when we were over at the other building. It was just like, ooh, nice. I think I had the least amount of monitors, which was 2. I think Kyle had the most amount of monitors, which was like 5 at one point. But everybody just had a battle station. It was great. And I'm confused, they show it doesn't online. Oh, so they say it doesn't come with the Wraith Prism, but it does? Yeah, interesting. Well, free Wraith Prism. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually still rocking a Wraith Prism on my 3800X because the cooler on my fiance's PC stopped working. So I took my cooler off and just, hand-me-downed it. And then I was like, I'll just put the Wraith Prism on it until whatever cooler I end up ordering arrives. And then it ended up doing really well under load with that. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't actually have to get a new cooler. Nice. How about an Insta-short showing you guys' office battle station? Maybe. I mean, we're still setting up a lot of the battle stations again because of the move. But yeah, maybe once that all gets settled. It'd be kind of cool. We should do MTV Crib style. Something like that. At least for the lab. Although the lab looked nice, and now it's already full of crap, so I gotta organize more stuff again. Man, mad craving for eggplant parmesan all of a sudden. guys need solid builder for PCs. I know a company that makes really good battle stations. It rhymes with Skytech. Is it Skynet? No. Would a 3060 AIO fit in a Pop XL? I think in the XL, yeah. Let me double check though. I think there's like a tray that goes under it, and I think you're able to uninstall that. Yeah, you can put a 360mm in the front. Yeah. When you get the case though, read your manual and make sure that, because I think that they sometimes put a little like block there, but I think it can be removed. But according to their manual that comes with it, it can. What would you suggest for a decent but inexpensive B550 or X570 motherboard? Decent but inexpensive. Oof. Let me see what's out there, because I was going to suggest one, but I think it actually might like not really have support anymore. Woo. Okay, so good. Any of the ASUS Prime series. That is like a really good jumping off point for like good and affordable. The Prime series is their more affordable line, but ASUS in general just has really good quality. Good quality stuff. Let's see. Probably could find something a little cheaper. I don't know, if you want a Maddox board, Gigabyte B550ME or a Elite motherboard. It's good, it's fancy, it's maybe $10 more expensive than just like a basic ASRock B550. Oof. And then, oh, sub 200? Oh, you got a lot of playing room with that. I was thinking of like under a hundo. Okay, ATX has to be available though, okay. Yeah, I would check out that B550 Plus Prime from ASUS. But that's like pretty darn affordable. If you want something that looks nice and is still under 200, ASUS ROG Strix B550F Gaming. At least they seem to have that one on Micro Center. It's about $150. That'd be the fancy version of that. But as far as X570s go, I would probably recommend. X570 is a little tougher to keep cheap. I would recommend the ASRock Riptide series. They kind of straddle that line between being fancy and being affordable. Ooh! Well, no, I was like, that's brown and all that. But yeah, those are my suggestions. Watch out for the cheap ASUS Prime boards. My pet peeve is cheap boards without debug lights, and most ASUS Prime boards do not have debug lights. Double debugging, true. But in my experience, I tend to find that debug lights can also be very wrong. I mean, it can sometimes tell you like where it got hung up on, but it could be giving you a RAM issue when really it's that you got like a bent pin, which is more so an issue with the Intels of that generation, not the AMDs. But it's true. Prime is basically my like affordability suggestion. If you've got the money for it, I really like the Steel Legend series from ASRock. 5070 Ti is nice, would have personally gone 9070 XT myself, but that's personal preference. They're both pretty much on the same power brand. Yeah. Darn work. Anyways, what's up? Welcome back to Come On. Got that ASUS B550 ASRock STRIX gaming Wi-Fi. Nice board. It's a good price. Yeah. And you gotta love the STRIX stuff. It looks so good. Yeah, what's up, Crazy Cool? How you doing?
Yo.
Don't worry about being late. We're here. We're here all day. Well, not really. We're here until the end of this build. But still. Everything else is solid. Sitting pretty, my dude. The Montech case is pretty dope, AF. Yeah. Nice. What is an A520? Okay, so A boards are basically the absolute budget of budget motherboard that you're gonna get. It's basically like there's zero overclocking. It's very basic, very stripped down. It'd be a good choice if you were going to be using it for like Microsoft Office, but I wouldn't really choose that for a gaming board unless you're really, really strapped for cash. But yeah, they've tried to like have us pass A boards before, and I don't let them. Budget, this thing is $190, lol. Well, then that is badly priced. Dude, everything matches so well. Yeah. My PSU is still doing that rambling noise. I just came to the conclusion to buy a new PSU. Yeah, it might be time. Dude, it looks clean. Def cannot wait to hear how it runs for you. Can't say all cheaper MSI boards have debug lights, as they all don't, but most of the cheaper MSI boards have debug lights, etc. At least I've defaulted to MSI and ASRock more features per the price. That's true, yeah.
Ooh, excellent.
What?
The door sounded...
Oh, okay, I was like, because I'm not smelling anything, dude.
No, it was the door.
Well, those mini ITX. Oh yeah, that'll explain it. Anytime you're looking for like ITX. Expansive for size and for... Hello. Hit my shift key. Any good recommendations? I was thinking about getting a Corsair one, but I've read on them and people say they don't last
Corsair
very
who?
long. A Corsair power supply. We don't usually sell a lot of Corsair stuff, so we're not super familiar with the Corsair power supplies. Let me think. Obviously, Seasonic is the one that everyone recommends, and they've been doing a better job at offering some more like affordable options, so you don't have to go super expensive to get a really good Seasonic. But as for other ones that I've tend to find work pretty well. Also, I recently tested a bunch of ASRock power supplies. We actually had them in the build before then, and those were really nice. Thermaltake also has a pretty good history. We've worked with them for a long time, and their power supplies have never been an issue. Montech stuff is also pretty good. But yeah, I would kind of just look around at what's in your price range. We're also a little bit more limited because we have to go for gold efficiency and higher.
I wouldn't go any lower.
Yeah, I was like, because of CEC, but don't get a bronze power supply.
Yeah, stick with gold or higher.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be like a bad quality, but it won't be efficient, that's for sure. There's many Corsair models, but suggestions are per model, not per brand. The Cultist PSU tier list has grades for PSUs A and B suggested. Yeah, it's true. for an 850 watts, I'm good in the future. Okay. Yeah, I would say the most important thing is just don't get a power supply from somebody that you've never heard the name of before. Because a lot of people like to throw their hat into that ring, and it's usually not a good thing. I used to recommend deep cools a lot, but yeah. I think C tier or higher for me as a PSU recommendation personally. I had a cheapo PSU I bought ages ago, crap out of me. But I did overload at LMAO, so never again. Ooh, thank you for the bits. On my birthday, I want to go with you guys, because I want one PC for me. Yeah, totally. Check out our custom builder. Win the Marvel Rival stream. Oh, I should probably do that soon. It's either gonna be that, or you're just gonna watch me like hunt for hours in Red Dead Redemption. Although now I'm bounty hunting in Red Dead Redemption so that I can get money to become a trader, so I can do what I really just want to do, which is just hunt. Orange RGB. Ooh, definitely. Orange is my favorite color, so I think you should do orange. Maybe orange with a little teal accent. That's usually what I do. Looks very nice. Can we rob people in Red Dead? Yeah, you can rob a whole train in Red Dead. You know, there's a Monster Hunter game that lets you just hunt. Yeah, but that's no fun. I mean, like, it is fun, and I guess it is the same purpose, is so that you can wear them. I guess I just think that Red Dead is a little more peaceful, ironically. If y'all do a Marvel Rival stream, I will 1000% roll up as a solo Punisher main. Y'all let me know. Okay. Why help people when we can rob them? That seems to be how a lot of people in the game think. Because I'm a pretty good person in the game, and I'll just be like on a quest, and then somebody just shoots me, and I'm like, why you gotta do that, man? Hunting for fashion, yeah. I think I'm hunting in Red Dead so I can get the perfect pelts so I can get all the crazy fur fashion. Still waiting for Fortnite. Oh, I have some very fond memories of Fortnite, but I don't know if I'll ever play again. At some point your reputation might catch up with you in the game, I don't know. Yeah, that seemed to be kind of what was happening, because like for a long time nobody was bugging me in the game, and then just some guy, like I was in the middle of a bounty hunt, and yeah. On the plus side, I threw a dynamite and he exploded. That was kind of cool. I don't think he knew I had dynamite. Still waiting for Juan to be the Mexican pickle. Fortnite has that skin. Here it goes.
Alright, folks. This build is done. It is finished. It is complete.
Lovely. Alright, this PC is done. It is going to go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers it needs out of the box. It's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, and you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this bad boy, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, and thank you for ordering with us. Lovely PC. Really came together very nicely. And don't worry, there's plastic on this. You get to rip that off when it gets to you. It's very nice. Pretty indeed. Yes. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I think orange RGB would look pretty sick. Maybe set the RAM to something different. Yeah. Gorgeous PC. And it was nice. We had three different cases today. Love that. Love to have a nice variety in there. But yeah, this was our last build, folks. You know what that means. We are going to leave now. No, we'll be back on Friday with more builds. We've already got Friday booked, so expect us. And yeah, rating out. Well, I don't know, do you guys give a Have a raid target? Anywhere we can go? I also kind of forgot how to do the raid. It's like /raid, right? Or raid / person's name? But, yeah. It's /raid, yeah. Yeah, let me know who you want me to raid. The Benjamin? Okay. I'm trusting you guys to send me to someone good, too, and not, like... Does it have to be a Skytech affiliate, or... No, not necessarily. Just someone... Don't like, have me funnel everybody into, like, a wildly inappropriate stream that's gonna get me in trouble. See you Friday. See you Friday. Alright. Okay, /raid. Okay, yes. Let's see if I can do this correct. Alright, bye y'all. If this works. Never mind, just kidding. Hold on. That one didn't work. Hold on, I'm doing alright. Let's see. Who else was suggested? False hope by now, right? Okay, let's see. Did that one work? I must be doing this wrong. Right. Never mind. Okay, I'm bad at this. Goodbye, everyone. You will not be rating. Maybe with an @ Is that it? Okay, hold on. I should really learn how to do this.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was literally that. Oh, just... Yeah. Yes.
Never mind.
Okay, yes, I officially give up. Anyways,
Bye.
bye, y'all.
Pick any of those usernames and show off yourself. See ya.